Hey guys, this is Tashi, and you're tuning into the Positive Vibe Enthusiast. And tonight I have two of my very special guest hosts. We have Tracy coming from Illinois tonight. How are you, Tracy?
I am great, grand, blessed, all of that, and then some, wrapped up in a little more something.
Oh, all right. I want all of that sauce.
Look, I will definitely send it y'all way.
Okay, all right. Well, how you doing in H-Town? How you doing, Siobhan?
Well, I was just about to ask him, like, what kind of sauce is that? It didn't come from Harold's, did it?
But, no, it didn't.
Ooh.
No, honey, it didn't. This is homemade sauce, boo. Okay? Let me tell you. It's homemade. It's official. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I'll take official sauce. I'm pass on that other sauce, but
I understand. I get it. I'm not mad, but this real sauce over here.
The realness. Okay, I'll take the realness. I'll take some of the realness. But life is good down here. We got, life is good. Weather is peaking highs and lows, but everything is good. We got a long weekend coming up, and even though I don't technically get to enjoy said long weekend, but I know it has a lot of other people in better spirits because of that. So things have been good.
So what was the temperature today?
It was 82, but sprinkling on and off.
Oh, I'll take the sprinkle on and off any day with 82. That sounds lovely. It was a little chilly here.
What's the temp out there?
It was in the 40s. Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was. I know it don't sound too pleasing. It was in the 40s, but you know what? It was like 68 degrees yesterday. But this that time of year. This that tricky weather.
Yeah, it's tricky down here for us too because it'll go high. Today was 82. Tomorrow is supposed to be in the 60s. It's supposed to get into the 70s again, dip down to the 50s, then we'll hit 80 again by next Monday. So ours has been really up and down, which I don't remember last March being like this. I thought we were already at a consistent 80 by then.
Well, March last year, it was kind of crazy because that was the kickoff of the pandemic. So a lot of people was indoors. So you might have been indoors a lot and really didn't realize.
You're right.
I don't know when y'all really shut down.
You're right.
But yeah, this was around the kickoff of the pandemic. So I don't really remember being outside much around this time last year.
I was not. You are correct. In retrospect, I'm like, you're right. I was probably losing my mind. The walls were closing in on me, and I was rocking in a corner crying somewhere. So you're right. You're right.
Like the rest of us. Yeah.
Right.
Like the rest of us. Right?
Is it day? Is it night? I don't know. Like I've been in these sweats for days. Like I don't even know what's going on. Like actually, I'll take that back. Like I wasn't wearing the same sweats for days because showering was the only thing that like really brought me happiness day to day. Because I spend so much time in the shower. That was the only thing that like really kept me like going. Probably was getting up and bathing every day.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It was. I was walking.
It was rough.
Yeah, I was walking during that time period. That's what kept me mentally stable.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's real good.
Yeah, I kicked myself about that. I felt like I didn't go outside enough during the pandemic, which was probably also why I felt like the walls were closing in on me. I didn't get out and walk enough. I was working out in my apartment and stuff, and I was looking out at my pool, which was locked up, so I couldn't go down there. And seriously considering making a rope ladder to climb down every day and being like, F that, like I'm coming down here. But yeah, I should have gotten out and walked more. But that's why I have my 2.0 plan now.
Hey.
I got rollerblades coming. I got a hula hoop. I need a new jump rope because I destroyed the jump rope during the start of the pandemic. But and then I got a second one, and that one didn't work out either. But I'm just getting the whole plan ready to be outside and at least play by myself if I have to.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
no.
definitely would. I definitely would. Especially when the weather get a little better.
Okay, so since this is a 1 year anniversary since the beginning of the pandemic, you know. And I can
Pandemic,
kind of
panoramic.
understand,
They've been calling
yeah,
it some of
the
everything.
invisible China virus,
Right.
you know.
Problematic.
Right.
Yeah. I guess my question is how are you like coping this year? Like what is the 180 for you? Or do you feel the same as you did? I know my level of fear is definitely subsided because we thought it was, you know, airborne and we were scared to breathe basically. And that has subsided for me, but how is like everyone else getting through this?
I'd say I'm getting through it pretty well. It was kind of hard at first considering you know, people that I live with and, you know, taking their health into consideration. You know, it's one thing if you're okay with going out and if you want to be exposed to it, you be exposed to it, but you have to take into consideration other people that you live with if they don't want to, you know, be exposed to it. So, you know, it kind of puts a damper on some of the things that you want to do. But I have to say, moving forward, I feel like as long as I'm doing what I need to do on my end, then then I'm okay. If I can't make another person do something that they don't want to do, but I'm gonna do what I have to do to protect myself. So I feel like if I'm taking them extra steps, precautions to make sure that my well-being as well as the people that I live with well-being are okay, then I'm all right. So I mean, I guess as time goes, you know, by it's like you kind of just you just adapt to it a little, like more and more every day. Like, okay, well, as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, nothing has happened thus far. If I keep practicing the same things I've been doing, then I should be fine. So I mean,
Understood.
I just feel like it was a struggle in the beginning because we didn't know, and it was just so many people just dying every day. But it's almost like now it's like, okay, as long as we do what we're supposed to do, everything should be fine.
Yeah. How about you, Siobhan?
Um, it's definitely much better now because I'm revisiting the world again. I mean, we discussed before that I'm very social, and I didn't have any interaction with anybody outside of phone calls, and you know we would do Zooms and stuff here and there, but it was excruciating. I'm not gonna lie, like it was tough, and like for a lot of people who were like, oh well, I just had my wine and I was just drinking and I just did this. I'm like, I don't drink by myself either. So it was like, yeah, I could. There was no escape.
Yeah, it's tough for a lot of people.
Yeah. So and I know a lot of people who were like complaining because they were on the other side of the coin of like they had a house full of people or they had a partner that was driving them crazy. I was here by myself, and not gonna lie, I definitely had that moment of like, I remember like at my lowest, like feeling really, really scared about dying alone and nobody knowing that I was even missing, because I was like, you know, when I thought about it in the grand scheme of things, like all my jobs, like I really tend to take on work where I operate very independently and I'm very autonomous. Like I might check in once or twice a week or something, but outside of that, unless I have an appointment with you, nobody knows where I am. Nobody knows where to expect that I should be. You might have a general area of where you think I'm going to be, but nobody knows. So that was something I was just like, what if I just like killed over here and nobody thought to look for me? It'd just be like, well, you know, it's not like she could come outside, or, you know, we weren't expecting her to come to brunch on Sunday. Like there was nothing. So I was really freaking out about that, you know, just being by myself and the what ifs there. But I am since much better. And I will say that during the pandemic is where I found my new therapist down here. So I've been with that one since my move from Chicago into Houston. But I knew when I started like really freaking out about that, like I found myself a new therapist, and thank God for therapists being here. and she's wonderful. So she was a huge part of me, you know, climbing out of that dark, deep hole that I was in. But also just as things started to open up and me discovering Meetup and stuff, and like the first few outings that people were having that we were allowed to meet in person, oh, that was just godsend. I could not have been more thrilled. But one of the things that I was missing a lot during that time was just physical touch. Like, I missed being able to physically hug my friends, to be able to go and hug my mom, you know, to really just connect, to hold hands with somebody, you know. And there was none of that. So now here it is a year later, which it sounds wild to even say, because I remember like laughing about it, thinking like, man, y'all are making the biggest fuss over another flu and making it this big thing that it's not. And then here it is a year later. But it's tremendously better. We're, you know, back out in the field. Unfortunately, a lot of people act like, okay, it's officially over. Like, we're out of the gate.
No, we know.
That was part of the problem too. I felt like, you know, people couldn't just sit still, because we could have been out of it. Other countries were out of it a long time ago. We had to get on it because everybody just acted like, you know, they were too good to follow the rules or whatever. But, you know, now that we're in a place where at least we can go to the parks again and not worry. And Tasha, you're exactly right. I tried to stop watching the news, because I swear every time I even turned the TV on for a second, that was all that was on every channel. And everybody had a different theory about it. I remember seeing something one time that said, new discovery, COVID may be in your toilet flushes. And I was like, like, what is going on? Like, I felt like it was like The Walking Dead. We're all infected. We all already had it. Like, there was no way around it. Like, everybody was going to get this. Like, you already carried it. But
all you guys got the clap.
Everybody had it. Like, it was like Oprah was passing that shit out. You get COVID. You get COVID. You get COVID. Everybody had it. and it was just like, you know, how do you not make people incredibly paranoid? So, like, the idea of, you know, I was scared to go to the grocery store for a minute, of like, oh my God, I can't be out here. I'm going to die. Like, they treated it like it was a flesh-eating bacteria or something. And, you know, I remember, I don't know how other people were handling the grocery stores around the country, but I remember going to H-E-B for the first time when this like was really like hitting Texas, and they had us waiting in lines around the building because they could only go in at like 10 at a time, and all the workers were spraying and cleaning everything right after you touched it. You got a box.
Oh, wow.
They were spraying the boxes of cereal before the next person came down that aisle. Like, they were just on it. And I remember thinking, like, when stuff had barely even started to get better, that maybe went on for a month. And then the next time I went to the grocery store to restock, they were clearly just like, man, fuck that. Y'all are fine. That went out the window so fast. It was just like, here's some wipes for your cart. You know, go shopping at your own leisure. Bye. That was
it. Because they started telling them to wipe your groceries and stuff down when you get home.
Yeah, it changes. Yeah, it changed the experience in the stores though too, and it was just complete 360. And I remember like even the people who were shopping, because before nobody wanted, like people were waiting. Like if I was looking for avocados, people would wait and be 6 feet away, like obviously waiting for their turn to try and get an avocado for themselves. And then, you know, the work will come, spray, and then here comes the next person. I remember being in the grocery store like that next month, and it was like people literally just like reaching over me like, can I get that cheese? Thank you. Like, okay, I guess y'all are over this shit too. But yeah, it went 360 on that real quick. I was like, yeah, I think that everybody just kind of, I don't even think it was a matter of, oh, well, you know, we're not as concerned about the precautions. I think people just got exhausted by the work that we're going into. I think it was just you know what, I'm gonna die one day. We're living things die. Science 101, fuck it. If it happens, it happens. Like,
right.
Get out my face. Like,
it's funny you say that, because I feel like our lives are predestined. Like it has already been written. We're just living it.
Yeah, you always say that, and that's interesting.
So if it's
Is
our
that
time, then that's our time. It's like if we have no control over it. Whenever the man above is ready for us to come home, as they say, then that's our time. We don't know, we just live in it.
I mean, she's right though.
I
She's
I agree with the time essence of the statement that we don't know when our time is up, but I don't agree with we just live it like you don't have choices in how you can like you can dictate your future. I do believe
I
that.
mean, yeah, you can dictate your future, but I don't think that you can dictate when you're gonna leave.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree with that part of the statement, but I don't think like we're just living life and everything's predestined. No.
well, I mean, to an extent. You remember those Name Your Adventure books that we had when we were kids?
Crickets.
Okay, no. So, since nobody knows, a Name Your Adventure book was like you would have this story, and it would be in first person, and as you're going through, that'd be like, and then Tashi came to this path while seeking for the treasure, but wait, she saw another door. Should Tashi take the door or this? And it'd be like whichever path you decided to take, you flip the pages it'll tell you to go to page 14 for this outcome if you took the door. Go to page 26 if you took this outcome.
I get it.
So I think that life is like that to a degree because, yeah, we all have an element of choice that is present there, but there's consequences for every choice that you make. And the thing is, I think about that in regards to which you said you wanted to talk about, but manifestation. When you talk about that, one of the key elements when they talk about manifestation is that if you could imagine, if you could see yourself there, then it already exists. It's something that's already happened. The universe is really just working with you, looking for you to continue to make the choices that help you get there. So there needs to be action on your point. It's not just oh man, I hope I get a Mercedes and I hope I live this life and I hope I marry this kind of man. Like, no, there still has to be action on your part. That action being you have to make choices to take action to do select things in order to get it. But if you had it in your head that you wanted it, then it has already happened.
Yeah, and also that's true. But you also, before you have action, you need to have the belief too. So the statement, like when you say like, I hope I have $1 million, well, that statement is already negative because hope is affirming the lack of. So like the better statement is like, I am so happy and grateful now that I have $1 million in my possession.
I am a millionaire is more like
even that,
yeah.
Whatever, But I always like to, for me, I always like to add happy and grateful because those are emotions. So you have to feel it. Like you have to be super excited. Like how would you feel, knowing that you had $1 million or $1 billion or whatever the dollar amount is in your account? How would that make you feel? And live every day and start your day every day from that point. And that's the way I practice. And it has been beneficial to me. And I can say that when I'm not taking time to do these exercises and keep my mind in check, I can instantly tell from my health, from like the incidents that happens around me, my mood, all of that, like everything's affected. So it is so easy to be negative, I feel like, but it can be a little challenging to be positive. But I mean, you guys are familiar with manifesting. What are some things, if you would like to share, you don't necessarily share in detail, but have you used any manifesting tools or practices, and have you had any success with it? Is my question.
Oh,
I'll let you go.
I can definitely say yes. I have manifested some things and prayed for things to happen and come in my path over the last two years. And for the most part, a majority of the things that were on my list have happened. I mean, I have manifested and meditated and you know, just spoke words of of power and you know, success and belief, and just, I mean, it's just crazy how things have just been falling into place that I have asked for and just gotten. It's just, I can't even just describe it. I mean, I want to speak on it more, but I really don't, because I don't, you know, I don't want to
You have to keep
throw off what I got going on.
Yeah, no, I understand. I do understand that.
So, you know, but when I say it happens, it happens. So Tashi always tells me to write things down, and I've noticed lately when I write things down, it's like I see it, and it's happening. So I have to say it's very much real.
I will agree with writing. So I do affirmations in the form of writing as well as speaking.
Yep.
The ones that I write are, I feel like it's always very important with writing things, because that makes it definitive, right? It's one thing to think about it or to say, you know, I'm going to have this. Okay, well, now I feel like when I write it, it becomes that much more real, because now it's another action and it's in my face. Like, it could be one thing of like, oh, well, I said that a couple weeks ago. I feel differently. But to come back to it and read it again is like, remember this? So it kind of keeps it in front of my face. But I also feel like when it comes to manifesting, don't be afraid to be specific about what it is that you want. Because I'll talk to people, and a lot of times people say, well, you don't know how things are going to go. And I'm like, that's not true. I mean, yeah, there are obstacles. There's all kinds of other et ceteras that could come into the picture and change the equation a little bit. But if you know what you want, then you're going to get exactly what you ask for. And I'll put this in terms of relationships. Well, just as an example, when people say, oh, well, I want someone, but I'm just going to see how it goes. What does that mean? And the thing about it is then you end up with these people who are just like serial daters who just kind of fly through a bunch of people who they don't care. They don't know where they're going. They don't know where they're coming from, nothing. And you keep asking, okay, well, why is this the relationship that I'm getting? Or why don't I have a relationship for that matter? It's because you didn't define anything specifically. And the thing is, like, people think that by not being specific, you're casting a wider net. And that means you can get more. Well, you end up getting more bullshit. If you don't define what it is that you want, then you'll take anything. If you don't know where you're going, then anywhere will do. You don't want to just be anywhere. I didn't just want to be anywhere. When I said I wanted to come to Houston, I made a plan specifically to come to Houston. I said, you know what? I want to be married. I want a house. I know the value of houses is a lot less, and you get more bang for your buck in the housing market down here. And I heard people get married down here. It's still a relatively conservative state. People get married down here. I'm coming to Texas. And here I am several years later. Like, I said that several years ago, and now here I am. But I didn't just say, all right, yeah, you know, I want to go someplace where, you know, I guess I'll settle down. That could have been anywhere. And then I'd still be playing that gamble. I'd still be in the shoot of whatever, you know? So I use that as an example because, yeah, I'm already here. But I have other things that I've already charted out that I already see things happening for it. And the thing is like when you write your manifestations or you put your goals in play and you have them written down, it becomes a framework of that's an outline to a plan. So whatever it is that you're manifesting, like that's just the outline. If you say, okay, I want these things specifically, then the next thing that comes to you is, okay, how are you going to do it? How are you going to get it? It puts your brain in action. It puts you on a path of action too. So I really, truly believe that writing it and saying to yourself, because it's important to stay in tune with your star player, which is you, you know? Yep. So I do affirmations for myself also, and I do affirmations for everything from just my mental health, my emotional health, my physical health, my financial health, the people around me, to attract more good people and positive energy and positive thinkers around myself. And I will share this one with you. And I say, one of the things I say is that I'm filled with positive energy and positive thoughts. I use that to gravitate and attract more positivity and positive people into my life.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That definitely is.
And I like that one a lot, because I'm like, well, if you get what you give. The people around you are a reflection of you. That statement, birds of a feather flock together, it's true. Around a bunch of broke people, if you got 5 broke friends, you go be the 6th.
And you know what? And when we say broke, like, it's not even necessarily money. Like, I used to really get confused that broke equated money, because I have been around people that have tons of money, but spiritually
they are broken,
and emotionally they are
broken. Yes,
broke and broke.
You know, ain't no other way to sum it up.
Yeah, like, anyway, so like, yeah, you do. It is birds of a feather flock together for sure. And definitely you want to be around like-minded people, but also you want to be around people that can give you some interesting point of views, can open you up, you know, expand your horizon, you know, so to speak too. I'm really big into Neville Goddard. That's an author if somebody wants to look him up. Well, he shares an affirmation that, because he believes kind of the same, he believed the same way I believe, where I believe that God is within. Like, there is nothing outside of us. Like, you're God, I'm God, we're all God. And anywho, so his writings are from that perspective. And on the subject of manifestation, he talks about this because in one of his speeches, he talks about, if anybody is asking you for a donation in exchange for a blessing or a prayer, or they're going to change your life anyway, he's like, that man's a crook or she's a crook, turn away. Like, how can you charge something that's everybody's right, you know, to manifest whatever you want to manifest, live the way you want to live. So he shares many different stories on how he's been able to manifest things and whatnot. And one affirmation he gives is, I did it, I'm doing it, and I will continue to do it until that which I have done is perfectly externalized within my world. So it goes back to what we were saying earlier, where you write it down, it's already happened, right? And that's where he says, like, I did it. So you got in your head, and he's like, I'm doing it. So like, as you wake up every day, you wake up from that space. You know, even though you're still driving your Toyota Corolla, but you want to be riding that G5 wagon every day. Like, you look at that picture of that G5 wagon, you hop in your car, and you think you're driving that G5 wagon, and eventually that car is going to turn into that G5 wagon. One way or the other is universal law. You know, so I just kind of think, like, now I just wish that we would teach this to children, because I'm sorry, if I really truly understood this or was taught this or even given the opportunity to even test this theory, because science is also on the brink of basically proof positive that these theories are correct, like, it's going hand in hand. But anywho, I think if we had this like in the curriculum for kids, it'll be very beneficial. I think it will stop the violence, the deaths, everything, because people can really just mind their own business and be creators, you know? What do you guys think?
I think that, well, I agree with what you said about the God being within. And I agree with that, because there's a couple writers who note, even in the Bible, that when God announces himself and said, you know, how should you be called, or, you know, what should I call you? And he says, I am. And it's like, they affirm the power of I am in saying that. So when you say I am, you are essentially invoking that same spirit. Like, the God is within you. The universe is operating within you. So I'm 100% on board with that. as far as, teaching that in kids, I think that it is, I would say I would replace the Pledge of Allegiance with, morning affirmations for kids. I would be down for that. When people talk about, we need prayer in the schools, like, we don't need prayer in the schools, because everybody, if you want to have prayer for God, or what is the God that you follow, that's what you're saying. So everybody's not following that God. So rather than say, hey, we need to have prayer in schools, because you're only talking about whoever you pray to. You're not acknowledging any of these other children or what their families believe or what they've been taught. So if it's not going to be every religion being prayed in the classroom, then let's omit that idea. Let's omit the idea of doing the Pledge of Allegiance. Let's start with affirmations. I am smart. I am successful.
Yeah.
I am powerful beyond all measure. I have a great imagination. I am learning, and I'm excited to learn, and I can't wait to start the day. Things that power kids through school. I am good at math. I know multiplication, the things that sometimes they struggle with. Or, I am beautiful. I am unique. I am this. I am, confident in myself. These are the kinds of things that I would much rather you invest in putting into kids, or making that a part of their day, than things that aren't nearly quite so useful, because that is a really important thing, especially in younger kids. The formative years is a key piece of where you would want to be teaching something like this.
Absolutely, because when I was in college for 2.5 minutes,
2.5 minutes of my life.
It was long. It was long. And I learned a lot too. Learned a lot in that 2.5 minutes. I learned during that time that, from 0 to 5, basically our personalities were pretty much the same person we were when we were 5. Same assholes.
Oh, wow.
No, this
I was a big asshole.
But like, seriously, same personalities.
I wasn't. I mean, I wasn't. I felt like I was more of a jerk afterwards. But anyways, go on.
But I'm just saying.
I got a question.
Fundamentally,
that was a really good idea. How could we actually get that across to some people? Who would we have to go to? Where would we have to go to?
Maybe we can have it started in a few preschools. Like, maybe we can hit up some preschools and ask them would they be willing to take we can call it the toddler empowerment pledge, I don't know, or children power. I don't know.
When do they teach the line? And then, first of all, was that like first grade?
Usually it was kindergarten. They start.
We were indoctrinated.
Well, whenever they started.
I think that preschool would be a good place to start, because in preschool you're teaching them how to do their colors and their letters and some of their numbers. So why not teach them a few slogans? I am smart. I am successful. I can do all things that I put my mind to.
I think it should be a movement. Like, make it a hashtag. Affirmations in the classroom, and
or just change.
Let's do it.
Pledge of affirmations.
Or pledge
of something.
Ooh, I like that.
Something other than allegiance.
Like the pledge of power. Well, we're gonna get it together. Like, we're gonna do it, and you know what? We should make some cute little toddler T-shirts and have these kids wear them.
All right now.
Look, I'm always trying to think of something cute to wear.
It's another business.
I like it.
Let's do it.
It's another business.
You just heard it here first on the Positive Vibe Enthusiast.
Pending.
Well,
trademark coming soon.
Okay, this is like totally off subject. I just want to get you guys' reactions to this. How do you feel about Michael Strahan closing his gap?
Oh, I saw that. It looked weird because I'm so used to the gap. I don't know. I just feel like I get it. I understand if that's something that you want to change, because you're so used to having a gap. But I feel like when you do that, that just changes you as a whole. Like, your whole everything changes. You become I feel like it can, I don't know per se, but I feel like it would make someone, a different person. I just hope it doesn't change him.
I was sad.
In any way. Is he married?
He's been married, been divorced. He might be engaged to somebody now.
But I was really sad about it because Tashi knows this. I don't know that you know this, Tracy, but I love gaps. I think they are adorable and endearing, and I think they're just so cute. And Michael Strahan is, I call him my gap tooth boyfriend. I loved him. I loved his gap. And I didn't know about this until my friend Evie texted me about it this morning. And she sent me the picture, and I was like, oh no! And what's worse is he doesn't look good. Those teeth look terrible.
Nope.
He looks like, those teeth look like Jim Carrey's in The Mask. Like, he looks
super fake. They look fake. They don't even look natural, like, at all.
Oh my God.
They look fake.
They are the worst. And
he should have kept a little gap, just a little one, to at least make it look more realistic.
I was a bit disappointed as well because, like, I'm team, like, not gonna close my gap. I can understand maybe because your teeth do shift as years go by. So I can totally maybe seeing, like, maybe wanting to close your gap a little bit smaller, or, something like that. I get that. But the whole, like, the new choppers.
It's just a straight a straight grill. It's a grill. It's a porcelain grill.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. I was so sad when I saw it, and I was like, it looks cartoonish. It does. It doesn't look natural. There's nothing about it, but I feel like there's so much character in a gap too. There's just something about it that is so unique, especially because, like, y'all know I love teeth. I love good teeth. And he had a good set of teeth. He just had the gap, and that was what made it even better. It's like he had a beautiful smile with a gap, and it was just so cute. And you already have, like, this big handsome man, but then, like, to have a gap was just like something that made him, like, it just added charm to his overall features. But I'm disappointed in it too because he's how old now? In his 40s?
Yeah, you wait till now to want to do this. Right. You say you been had a bag.
Yeah, right.
You been had a bag.
I don't know how long over. Yeah, this man has dated some of the most beautiful women in the world. And you've had a TV career. Like, he replaced Regis Philbin at one time and left to go to Good Morning America. How would you mess with your gap? Clearly people love it. Like,
I hope
I
hope he doesn't lose any like followers, fans because of that.
I'm sure it's some hardcore. I was reading some comments, and it's some hardcore people. Like, I'm disappointed, but it's your life. You lived he's like in his 50s, so let's presume he'll live to 100. You lived half your life with this gap, and it's gotten you this far. So maybe now you're trying to see how the second half of your life with perfect teeth. And I'm using that.
I can see you air quoting
teeth. Like, how would the second half of your life be? So I can understand it. Oh,
yes. No. It's crazy though. I get it. I can understand in some situations people who may have a gap and, like, really, really bad teeth, like they are, turned and all of that, and they just crooked in their mouth with a gap and all that. I get that because that might be painful, especially when it comes to eating. But he had straight teeth with a gap.
They were beautiful.
Straight teeth with a gap.
Just teeth. Like, and the thing is too, like, you can get straightenings if it was a matter of, like, okay, yeah, my teeth are starting to shift. You can get straightenings and still maintain a gap.
Yeah, I know, because I looked into it. I just don't want to close my gap. And I was like, I can understand, because I'm starting to see things move, because you're getting older, like, things are shifting around. And I had looked into it, and it's just, but I don't want to close my gap. And the dentist is like, he said, actually, I wish more people did that. He's like, because it just tends to, what do you say? Like, have to have more time with the retainers. Cause he was saying that if you don't, like your teeth can move back to the way they were, like all type of stuff I was learning. But I just kind of feel like, I get it. I mean, if you want to close it all the way up, I am team keep your gap, because I just kind of feel like it is your signature look at the end of the day. And I just kind of feel like, can't we all, we getting too fake. Like, we got my girl Tiny out here, you know, being compared to Smokey Robinson because she didn't dye her color of her eyes. Like, it's just getting crazy.
Her daughter did it,
and
right?
Then,
but wait, she had to, it started messing with her eyes. So
I would
she has one regular eye and then I think one color eye. I don't know if she reversed them both or whatever she had done, but it started messing with her eyes, her daughter.
I mean, did colored contacts just get extra played out? I mean, not that I've ever been a colored contact fan personally, but was that just not an option anymore?
Hey, this is it's getting crazy, and the fake
okay.
Fakes that don't match the thighs now.
You know what?
That's getting ridiculous. And what's up with women of color? And I'm a woman of color who don't have full lips. Like, that's not my storyline. But I don't want to go out and get these lip plumpers, and now I'm looking like, you know, one of the Kardashians now. Like, it's getting ridiculous how everybody's looking so plastic to me. Like, what
I don't
has
understand
happened?
the lip
What
thing
is happening?
because, you know, if you know how to do makeup, you can make your lips look fuller.
That part, I also and there are these papers that are really effective out there that are just like glosses that warm your lips up a little bit,
and they plump them up a little bit for you. Yes, I've heard about those.
Yeah, you don't have to go and get injections or dangerous procedures or anything for any of this. But all of this talk is just making me think, because I was watching what was it? It was some show from the 80s. Like, was it Growing Pains or something like that? And I was, no. Actually, it wasn't from the 80s. It was Family Matters. Just a throwback episode of Family Matters. And I was like, remember when people were just like regular good looking on TV? Like, you know, like there was like porcelain veneers of teeth, and everybody wasn't airbrushed on makeup and stuff. It was like, you were just regular, good-looking people, and you got to be on TV if you were like a certain grade. If you had nice teeth, you know, if you got work with air quotes work done, maybe somebody got a nose done or something. That was a rare thing. You probably had braces or something like that. You hid for a year and got braces, but you still look normal. You look like human people. Now, like, everybody's on the brink of looking like cats, or fish. I would really like to see it go back to like late 80s, early 90s, good looking TV quality people.
You won't. And you know what? To be honest with you, I'm kind of scared with a lot of the stuff that they have. I know they have been changing things over the years as to how they actually do these procedures, but I just be scared, especially for them chicks that have had this stuff done years ago. Like, now that shit is starting to catch up to them. Like, they was going and getting these little botch jobs. Like, I watched a video not too long ago. This lady, I guess she went to somebody and got some botch work done or whatever. And I think she's supposed to be like really famous now too. But she just had a butt reduction. And she like, I feel like my butt is too little. I'm looking like, girl, your butt's still big. Like, are you serious? Yeah, but this stuff is making you
are not doing that. Like, it's a counter movement against it. But like I said, to each their own. But I just kind of feel like, how do you raise, especially women? How do you raise daughters, especially, to be self-confident in themselves and love themselves the way they are when nothing about you is original? You know what I mean? Like, so what my main thing is like, what are we teaching these young girls? Like,
what the expectation is in terms of what women are supposed to look like. Because airbrushed and filtered is not a natural woman. That's not what you're going to get in the everyday. So
Yeah, it's just
right.
It's a character
so
you end up creating.
It becomes a lesson for both.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think more so about the little girls, because I think you should be able to change whatever you want, modify whatever you want in your body, but you got to be doing it for you and not for everyone else. I don't think that people are waking up and saying, "Oh, I want a big butt." I think what's happening now is I have been brainwashed to think this ass is the way it needs to look because it's literally everywhere. That's how I want to look. I need to do that. I feel like it's like being shoved
all your
down
life
people's
you
throats.
live with no butt and you just really, 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 really want a butt. Yeah, I feel you. Because
like Michael Strahan,
but how would you look?
You know, you make years with no butt, and then you decide you just gotta have it.
I wish I would know why he did it though. Yeah, well, that's okay though.
Yeah, they don't. You know, unfortunately, some people don't have any. But I'm gonna tell you this much: I might not buy none, but I'm gonna work on getting some.
Oh yeah, have you been? Does anybody follow Lala Milan on Instagram?
No,
she has a Fit Girl Instagram. Well, she's the real thin, funny girl, and she has been working on her behind doing butt exercises for like I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months, and it's a huge difference. Like she got a whole thing back there now. I'm like, okay, I need to stop playing and getting these squats in because
you can build That's the other thing. I will say this. People don't want to work for nothing. They just
they lazy. They lazy. They are lazy. That's what it is. That's what it boils down to. At the end of the day, they don't want to work hard to get what they want.
Yeah, you can have.
But I'm gonna give you this money.
Booty now. You can have a cinched waist. You can do all that. Like there's actually didn't I send you a link to that about the they have it. It's called the Invisible Waist Floating Butt Program. And
wait, who?
It's called the Invisible Waist Floating Butt Workout Program.
Okay, can you send that to me?
I will. Because I follow these girls, and that's all they do is workouts. Workouts and meal plans that are specific to minimizing your waist, so cinching your waist and making your butt high and round. That's all they do. So like it's a thing. You can have it. Like I follow several what do you call them, trainers on Instagram who they do the same thing. They're just in there protein and they got the meal plans. They'll work with you for the meal plans. They'll show you the workouts. They'll do the workouts live with you personally, one-on-one over the internet. Like the stuff is there. The people are doing it. They natural built bodies. They might have fake boobs though. Which I understand, which a lot of girls, when you start doing upper body work, you can't keep them. It's very hard. But for everything else from the waist down, they're legit. So the idea that you have to pay for all this extra work, you don't. Just you're fine just the way you are.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's I'm just gonna try my best. I don't know. Like I'm just talking from today. Tomorrow I might be like Michael Strahan. I don't know. But
you say y'all, I did it. Nobody's gonna know.
Yeah, like,
was it girl? Don't
would you want us to comment or not say anything? If you do show up looking like Michael Strahan, would you want us to say anything or act like we don't notice?
Look, nobody's gonna know.
You gotta roast it.
Nobody's gonna know.
Like if I do the Michael Strahan, I'll expect plenty of memes, gifts. I want to be in.
I'm gonna text Tracy separately outside of the group chat. Be like, Tracy, did you know she was gonna do this?
Hell no. Had no clue.
Y'all got my husband on there too. Like, who told my wife to do this?
Look, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I told her I liked her gap. I don't know why she thought this is the thing to do, but
look, I told her too.
Oh man. Well, that's funny though. I gotta brought that
people start asking, like, did y'all tell her to do it? You gotta be like, gee, that's a grown woman. She gonna do what she wants.
Okay.
Like
at the end of the day, I have no control Look, she didn't even tell me she was going to do it.
All right, I'm gonna act like I don't know it's your teeth. I'm like, Tashi, there's something different about you. You trying a new lipstick, or you got new foundation, or like you contour your face differently? Something? What is it? What'd you do?
Yeah, they slapped a whole grill on him. They did that in one day too. I guarantee you that was done in one day.
It probably, you know how you get your glasses in an hour?
No, it took longer than an hour to do that. I can tell you that, but it definitely was longer.
3 hours.
It was longer than an hour, but it was done in a day.
You know what you just made me think of? Y'all ever see There's Something About Mary?
Yes.
Remember when she was like, I love a guy with just like big teeth, and dude went and got those caps. Michael Strahan got that. Like, There's Something About Mary special. Like, give me the biggest teeth you can get.
I wanted the new fiance demand the new teeth. Like maybe she was like, I don't want you like you were with those other bitches.
My God.
You need a new grill.
I hope she didn't.
That was, like she probably gonna walk after this. Like, Lord, what did you do to your teeth?
Could you imagine, man? The only thing I could think of is you just want to switch it up. Like you live half the
Well, I wonder did she like them? Because I guarantee you they did not have an idea of what they were going to look like, especially if it was done in one day. You know, everybody's makeup is different, so their arch may be different. So what looks one way on one person might look a totally different way on another person, especially if they're using like the same product on everybody. Okay. So I'm wondering if when she saw it, she didn't like it.
I don't know.
I thought they look okay. It's just, for me, it's just a little too white. I don't know what's up with this HD white teeth everybody getting. Like it should be a little hint of like a can we get eggshell white, or like is this an option?
Some ecru teeth? Like,
I don't think it's an option. No, it probably is. No, it probably is an option. They probably just want to go with the whitest. But what throws me off is when they get the tops white and then their bottoms are dark. And they smile, and you can see the difference. I feel like if you're gonna do that, you might as well. If you can't match them top ones to the bottom ones, then you might as well get your bottom ones done too, because you just look crazy. And then when you get them both done, you look even more crazier. It's just.
I would just want to I'll just be like a super annoying biting into like red apple on everybody for no reason.
Now you got to be careful biting into stuff when you get your teeth done, though. I can say that much. Yes, you got to be real careful biting into stuff.
Wait a minute. So I can't be out here eating red Washington apples.
Girl,
I gotta cut it with a knife.
Probably, yeah. For the most part.
Oh hell no.
I mean, you can bite down into stuff.
I guess, but you know what? I guess look and fly.
Yeah, you just gotta be cautious. You gotta think your natural tooth is in a bone. You know what I'm saying? So you bite down into something, it's not really gonna affect it. But when you start shaving away the teeth and reducing the tooth structure, and then you put something on top of it so it's supposed to be like cement or glue or whatever you want to refer to it as, that bond only holds for so long. Because you gotta take into consideration it's moisture and wet and over time wear and tear. You know what I'm saying?
Time before you can do it. Like you can't go right after you get them put on, but you aren't going to need Polydent for the rest of your life or anything. Like, I mean,
well, the Polydent is for the dentures.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is just over time, just wear and tear, just eating, biting. You have to be careful, especially in the front. You bite down, you risk the chances of, depending on what he got. If it's like veneers, then yeah, you have to be careful because those are just like, they cover just like the front surface. So those can pop off easier than an actual crown. Like a crown is fitted around the reduced structure of your tooth. You know what I'm saying? Whereas a veneer is just kind of just laid on the surface of the tooth. So you got to be careful when you biting on stuff. You know, you might mess around and pop a crown. Be mad.
Wow, that's messed up. I learned so much.
I'm just curious about that bottom rack now. Like, what's going on down there? Does he have Rudy Giuliani teeth down there? Like,
I'm just laughing at Rudy Giuliani when he had that hair malfunction with that black dye sliding down his head. Now that was a funny. That was comedy gold.
Not the dripping dye. Not the dripping dye.
Yes, it was like a straight Jerry curl juice activated going down. I'm like, Rudy. Well, you know, we only have 3 episodes left after tonight. Already, guys, already. And we definitely covered a lot of things in this episode. And, you know, next week, I think it's Siobhan's turn to pick a topic, I think, actually. So,
should I try to get another guest?
It's your turn. Who knows? Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. It's your show.
All right, y'all.
And, I mean, like, so we definitely want to, you know, what's the positive thought, like, we're leaving off with tonight?
The positive thought is, should we drop some affirmations on everybody?
Man.
Let's I like that.
Let's do it.
Should I do it in the form of I am to share?
I
am rich. I am happy and becoming happier. I am excited about my days. And I am surrounded by love. And I am giving the love that I receive.
I got an affirmation.
Amen.
My affirmation is I release my obstacles and accept abundance and success.
I like it.
Amen. And I am the Positive Vibe Enthusiast. And I wish you all a good night. Have a good week, you guys.